views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Good morning, everybody. Andrew Perry here, live from the MyTCN studios in beautiful Brampton, Ontario. I've been off for a couple of weeks, so I apologize, but we're back today with guests Gabriella and Fred from the FredHelps team in Milton. I apologize. We got hit really hard with the snowstorm a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it here. I don't know if most of you know, but I do live about an hour and a half from the studio. So when we woke up to a ton of snowfall, it was just a little bit difficult to get here, especially, you know, with a lot of drivers that as soon as that first snowfall hits, it's, you know, they forget how to drive. And then last week, we had the skills camp that you guys attended as well. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. But Revel Realty and a few of the realtors put on a skills camp just for the realtors in the area. Some, like you guys, came from outside the area just to learn a little bit how some of our realtors do our business and how we market homes and ourselves and create brands. But anyways, today is not about me. It's about Fred and Gabriella from the FredHelps team. Michael Tate couldn't be here today, but we had this team on probably, I don't know, 4 weeks ago now, maybe a few weeks ago anyways. And, due to some audio issues, I wanted to make sure that they came back because I know they got a ton of value to offer everybody who's watching and listening right now. So thank you guys very much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course, not a problem. Last time you guys were on, I want you just to completely forget about that. Okay?
It's done.
So we're starting fresh, and if you could just kindly give us a little bit of an introduction to yourself, your team, and and then we'll start it off.
Sounds good. I started this team, this business, about 10 years ago, and had a team probably 8 years ago. I've been lucky to have an internet following, I guess, on the message board side of things. Before Facebook was big, so big following, just helping people with their real estate questions, and lots of people were moving to Milton, lots of development. And I quickly needed the help of more agents in a team.
Sorry to cut you off, but the messaging system, what is it, like
message boards, kind of chat rooms, but message board. Yeah, they just stay up there. It's nothing, no live chat or anything like that.
For those of us who are
a little younger,
old,
yeah, yeah, we never used to have Facebook, so
ICQ.
People were, it wasn't way back then.
I remember MSN.
Yeah, MSN.
Messenger.
Yeah, all those neat sounds that would pop up.
Yeah.
There
you go. So,
I think MSN is still a thing.
I don't know.
No? I don't know. Sorry, Bill Gates. I know.
So we had lots of people asking questions and not a lot of service providers in town yet. So I was just helping for the sake of helping. And people loved that.
Hence the name, FredHelps.
There you go. And that's where it came from. I was in IT before. Did you want to talk about this or after? Yeah?
Yeah,
sure.
Please. Yeah, absolutely.
I was in IT before. I was great at it, but I realized I didn't like it. But back then I was helping people too because I was helping companies not overspend for their solutions. And I hate to see people get ripped off. So you want to create solutions for them that don't cost them a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
It just spilled over into the way we built this business here. People appreciate the honesty and the hard work, and they don't like being overcharged. So I guess we got a really good start, and I needed to build a team pretty quickly. So as about, like I said, 8 years ago, I started hiring on help.
Yep.
We grew to, not huge, I don't like a huge team. We grew to a max of 6, 6.5 at one point.
6.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right now we're at a comfortable level of 4 where we can still have our hands in everything.
Yep.
Without not knowing what a client's going through.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really want to grow huge.
Yeah.
This is a good level for me.
Well, I hear that a lot, and there's some teams that do it very well, but there's also some teams that struggle with having such a large team, and they're doing 500 deals a year, 300, 400, but they're missing that connection. They're very transactional based, and they're just kind of relying on the fact that they have a large budget. They can continue to get internet leads or buy their brand, but sometimes they let the service fall by the wayside. Right?
And we never want to let that happen. So we're growing slowly, and it's at a
Yep.
good pace. I never want to let it get out of control. So there's, I guess, history from back then to today. Pretty quick summary. Go ahead. You up next?
I've been on the team for close to 7 years now. It's been a very long time.
Has been a long time.
7 years.
Yeah.
with,
7 years.
one person. It's been interesting, but it's been great. It's yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else to say other than 7 years.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
you were fairly young when you started.
I
Is
was
that
fairly young.
what
when
we
I
talked about last
started.
time?
Yeah, I got licensed at a very, very young age, and I got into real estate right away. I think I joined Fred's team
Within a few months.
within a few months of starting. Yeah. So he hired a young girl.
Took a chance.
He took a chance. Yeah.
Worked
so
out.
it worked out. It
Yeah.
ended up working out. So sometimes I think back, this crazy guy hires a 20-year-old. But no, it worked out well. It really, really did. So it's been a journey, and I've learned so much. And
So have I.
yes, you have to. I think we continue to learn, which is really, really important.
Mm-hmm. We might touch on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
Well, that's good. And then Michael, who's not here with us today, when did he start with you guys?
Mike joined about 5 years ago. I actually did a deal with him back in 2010 when we were in different companies. And then we were growing to the point where almost an urgent need for adding somebody else. And the first name I thought of was Mike. I approached him. The timing was great. And he joined pretty much right away at that point. So it worked out really, really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how long was he at the team? Sorry,
About 5 years.
about 5 years.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So when did you know that you wanted to make? Because you're in IT, right?
Yeah.
So what was it, the defining moment for you that said, "Hey, I want to get into real estate"? Because
We all
much less stressful than IT.
Yeah.
So
well,
I
yeah,
hear.
Sure. Yeah. It wasn't about stress for me. I wanted to run my own show. So
Yeah.
in the IT world, I actually left my full-time gig and I did some consulting for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But I always liked real estate. I sold my own homes before I got licensed. So
Yep.
sorry, I did do private sales
Ah,
before that.
here
It
we
does
go.
give me another view into what those people see today.
Of
So
course,
I have a
of
really
course.
good approach dealing with private sellers because of
Yeah.
that. But I knew it was always in the cards for me.
Yeah.
So I was a GO train rider downtown every day. I said I had enough. Got the books, did my courses on the GO train while I was going back and forth.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And a few months later, it was done.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. So Gabriella, let me ask you kind of the same question. I know last time I asked you, you really didn't have an answer, but because you were just so young. But what was it for you that said, "Okay, I'm gonna get into real estate"?
Honestly, I've always been fascinated with homes and style and
Mhm.
decor. And one thing that Fred's team did was stage every home that they listed. So I really, really liked that, and I
Mhm.
liked being able to, I guess, dabble in different decor styles and all that kind of fun stuff. So that was something that really kind of interested me with the job, and getting
Yeah.
into real estate was just that design aspect.
Yeah.
Obviously, as Fred has said too, helping people is a big thing as well. It's really rewarding and fulfilling when you're actually helping somebody, and at the end of the day, they're coming to you and saying, like, "Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough for what
Yeah.
you've done." You can't. There's no price on that.
Yeah.
There's no price on that feeling, right?
Mhm.
So that's a huge one too.
Yeah. It's very fulfilling.
It's very, very rewarding, especially when people are going through a hard time in their lives, and
Mhm.
you're kind of stepping it up and you're alleviating some of the stress in their life, and you're making a difference.
Yeah.
So for us, for me, and I think you're the same. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. No, that's a great answer because I mean, you know what? I'm selling my house right now as well. So if you want to look it up, 299 Lakeshore Road.
Plug in, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I completely understand what it's like, for sellers. And it's one of those things like you get a showing notification, and it's like, hey, can somebody come in and see your house in 2 hours? Or hey, they're outside the front door. They just saw your sign. And as a seller, you could get fairly stressed out, like, oh my God, I need to clean the house.
How's the family life right now? Is it on edge right now with the listing for sale?
No, they're all good
right.
because it was kind of my thing. Like, okay, I'm selling a house and I'm buying another one. But it was more of like, okay, if you want to do it, you're in control of everything. So you have to clean.
That's
You've
fair.
got to do this.
Yeah.
You got to take the dogs out. So I completely understand. And the fact that if we had a stager or if I staged all my properties, perhaps it might be a little less stressful because you tend to treat other people's things a little bit differently than you treat your own, right?
Yeah, true.
But we're gonna take our first break. We got to know Gabriella and Fred, and next segment we're gonna go into how they built such a strong team and how they maintain happy employees, I guess you could say. So we'll talk about that when we get back.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues.
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
Municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance, we will talk about on Point. So do join us.
And we're back. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We really appreciate it. We're with Gabriella and Fred from FredHelps Real Estate Team in Milton. Thanks for coming on again, guys. I really appreciate it. If you missed the first part of the show, we had them on a few weeks ago, but we had to retape it. Technical issues do happen, and we really appreciate you guys coming back on. Okay, so you've been on the team 7 years. Michael, 5 years. I'll be really honest with you guys. Within all the people that I've interviewed, with all the teams that I'm aware of, we don't typically see agents sticking around for 5 years, 7 years. So what can you attribute, and then we'll ask you as well, but what can you attribute, why do you think your realtors are sticking on for so long?
I can joke and say we pay them too much, but that's not true. It was great being at Kathleen Black's Summit
Yes.
a few weeks ago just to see how all the other teams operate.
Yeah.
I've never read a book on how to build a team. I was just building it based on need. So it's interesting to see how the different teams are built and where I didn't really fit in. I found a few that I think I'm similar to, and they've had people for a long time as well. So it just worked out that way.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is we have a lot of fun with what we do. It's not a come in and sit at your desk and plug away by yourself and handle your own clients by yourself.
Yeah.
We work on everything together. So everything's a team, yeah. When I go in and see somebody for the first time, or if they're going in to see somebody for the first time, it's always a team approach. It's always myself and one of the team working with that client together. So we have accountability for all the tasks and to that client, and no one's ever working alone. It can get tedious, it could get boring, but also there's more responsibility if you're working on your own. So by sharing the responsibility and the workload, it's a lot easier to have a little bit of fun.
Okay, that's good. And when you say fun, you mean like axe throwing, glass demolishing?
Fun outside of work and fun in work too. Yeah. You got like yesterday was, I want to say it was an awful day, but it was a fun day because we were destaging a place against the clock. We had an hour window for this elevator, and we were too busy getting our Insta feed
were.
full. I was, sorry.
Yeah.
Learning from
37
you
minutes.
to
Yeah.
do my stories properly.
37 minutes.
So yeah, we did one load in 37 minutes. And
Nice.
we realized we only had, by the time we got back up, 15 minutes to take all the rest of the stuff out. So we
Service
were
elevator booked for an hour.
running
Yeah.
up and down the hallway of this condo,
Oh,
laughing
yeah.
as we were going along.
Yeah, it was-
And it was fun. We just had fun with it. But yeah, fun outside of work is important too. You want to say a couple things that we did?
Yeah, no, we've done a lot of things. We've done Dave and Buster evenings,
Yeah.
where we've gone and we just kind of have a couple drinks, play some games. Like
Yep.
that's always a really good time. We've done winery tours. We've done like a full Niagara weekend, which was really, really cool a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We were up there for I think two nights.
2 nights, yeah.
2 nights.
Good.
Yeah. We all went up with the team, which was really, really good.
I want to go to paintball.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
That's the
paintball.
next one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just shooting people
Yeah.
with balls all
Shoot-
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Can't get better than that, right?
Yeah.
No, we've done stuff in Milton. We've gone to the bowling area there too a couple times.
Yeah.
We've done like escape rooms, which we've conquered.
Yes, those are a lot of fun too.
Yeah, those are fun. He's like a brainiac in the escape rooms. If it was up to me, I wouldn't get out of the escape room.
We work well
I-
together.
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody
he
yeah,
kinda carries
contributes.
everybody,
Yeah.
so we contribute a little bit.
Yeah, because I think when you guys came down to visit me, you know, we were you were on your way
Yeah.
to escape rooms,
Yeah.
but then you did the what do you call it? What do you call those
Rage?
rooms? Rage rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? I think what Fred's saying here is if you know, real estate can be a tough business, can be stressful, but if you want to help your team
Just do a
grow
little
your
bit,
team
yeah.
and relieve some stress,
Yes.
then go ahead and break some stuff, right?
Why not?
So how important? Oh, let's not forget you. What did you guys have? A whole bunch of exotic rental cars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that one's pretty cool.
That was a blast. We had a great
That
day.
was a
That was
lot.
starting in Hamilton
are.
and driving
Oh,
all
there
the way
you
out
go.
to
Driving
yeah.
a Ferrari.
Yeah. Oh wow, that was an experience. I got to
Yeah.
drive. We got to drive 5 different cars. I was actually watching Comedians in Cars, Jerry
Yep.
Seinfeld show,
Yep.
a couple days ago, and for the first time, a car came up, and I was like, "Hey, I actually drove that car," because of things like this, and that was a blast.
Yeah.
It
That was
it
a
was
lot
like
of
3
fun.
hours of
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was a very cool
Mhm.
experience. Yeah, you should definitely try it.
Yeah, maybe. A good friend of mine owns. Actually, well, I did semi. He owns a rental company, exotic car rental company.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just down the road here. And for my wife's 30th birthday, I rented a supercar. Took her
Nice.
up to beautiful Fergus, Ontario. If you've never been there, please do. It's a great little town. She was less than impressed, though. She was like, "What is this?"
Whose birthday was it?
Yeah, I know. Whose birthday was it? I'm like, it's a convertible. She's like, it's freezing. It's September. But no, I completely understand. You know the value of creating buy-in for your team members, and for a lot of
Yeah.
us team members, leaders, sorry, myself included, struggled with trying to create that beautiful, you know, symbiotic team balance, which I think you guys have created, and that's great. So, in terms of what else can a leader do, or what else can a team leader do, and from a realtor's perspective, other like to help create that strong relationship? So, I mean, you can't just as a team leader just go and pay for retreats all the time, right? So there's
No.
got to be
No.
something happening on the back end.
There's a personality compatibility thing.
Yeah.
Because although Gabriella's been here all this time, I've had people that have come and gone. The personalities mesh, but sometimes the work ethic doesn't as much.
Yep.
Or people have different directions and they move on. I had one guy that moved on and has built his own business from there, and he was in
Yeah.
a different area. But when your personalities and your work ethic just go so well
Yeah.
together, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting what they want out of it, so no one really has to go anywhere and make any
Okay.
changes.
Well, what
I don't know.
about from your perspective?
Communication is definitely one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest
Yeah. Mhm.
one of the biggest things. You have to be able to communicate.
When
you
she's
know,
pist off, she lets me know.
I let him know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Oh,
you
yeah.
honestly you have to, because if you don't, it just builds and you create a really bad and toxic work environment. So
Yeah.
you need to be open. You need to be honest. If you have things coming up that are personal and you need like a couple hours here and there to just
Yeah.
do your thing, you have to communicate it. You have to just be transparent about it. And that's really, really, really important, because when you're feeling a certain way, again, if you're keeping it in, you're creating a really negative work
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's
I
not perfect
completely
all
agree.
the time.
It's not always
It's
perfect.
not.
No,
No.
things happen, or things happen on a deal or whatever it might be. But
Yeah.
again, we're
So
not
you guys are
talking
saying
about
you've
it.
never fought.
We've
What you
fought.
say?
We've fought.
Would you say maybe once a year is a good average? More often? Maybe twice. Oh, yeah, maybe a little more.
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, obviously, so communication is huge with you guys. I love that. What about accountability? I mean, how are you holding your? It's really tough. And what I had a problem with was finding that line between having a good relationship between your realtors and holding them accountable at the same time. So what are some of the methods that you use, or how do you hold your team accountable?
That was something that I needed to learn over time because it was just go do your
It's
work.
hard when you're
everyone
such
do
a
it.
nice guy. You know?
Yeah, well, at some point, you can't be just a nice guy,
Yeah.
right? So we actually have morning calls at between 9:15 or 9:30, depending on how the morning's going. And they're accountability
As a group,
calls. As a
or
group, yeah.
one-on-one, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes everyone gets on the phone, or sometimes we talk separately, and then I talk with Mike, and then I
Yep.
talk with Janet. And it's pretty much, what are you doing today? What did you set out to do yesterday? Did you meet your goals yesterday? And if not, why? And that whole exercise is to be honest with yourself about why.
Yeah.
So knowing that you're not only accountable to your clients, but also to each other. Well, Fred's going to be checking up on me, or same thing with they have this task they do with me too, or I have to be accountable too. If you're letting somebody else down, then you think twice if you're kind of not motivated. So
Yes.
we're really helpful to each other that way because you can't just do it. You can't just go and get everything done. It has to be, hey, what are you doing today? And hey, did it work out well? If not, why? And let's fix that.
Yeah. And what about training? I mean, I see you guys at events all the time, which is amazing. But what are some of the? I mean, do you guys do role plays? Do you guys?
Why did we start laughing?
Yeah.
Because they hate role playing.
We all do, right?
But it's pretty much mandatory. So I try to find different ways to spin it. It's this. Don't worry, this isn't role playing, but maybe
Can you do one live for us right now?
Yeah.
Not
So
just-
we won't do that. In terms of training,
Yeah.
that's another area where I was lacking for the first, however, 7 or 8 years of my career because you just don't have time for it. Things are going crazy, and you have to answer clients' needs, and you go, but then you have to make time. So I think it's just been the past couple of years we've done a lot better.
Training, and it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
We enjoy it.
We're blocking off that
Good.
time and saying
Yep.
we're absolutely going to this, we're absolutely doing that.
Yep.
And also we have mandatory in our weekly schedule at least a couple hours of doing whatever, whether that's reading a book or watching a YouTube video or
Good,
whatever.
good.
It should
Yeah, I
be
love
more
that.
than that.
Yeah.
Some books and trainers say 10 hours a week of personal development of any
Yep.
kind.
You got to rack up those 10,000 hours.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
Not just the Justin Bieber song.
So that's really important for us to do that. It never was
Yeah.
before, but if you're growing a team and
Yeah.
you're letting that go,
You have to sharpen those skills.
For sure.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to learn more. We've learned more about how you service your own team, but next segment, I want to talk about how you service your own clients. All right?
Sounds good.
So we'll come back in just a few minutes.
World-famous spiritual astrologer and psychic Pandit Sai is born to serve people. He's an expert on palmistry and horoscope. He can handle all problems and give Vedic solutions for business, job, love, marriage, husband and wife problems, children, personal, and many others, including depression. He also performs pujas to clear all sorts of obstacles. Call Pandit Sai and see changes in your life now. 647-766-1419. Located at 2895 Derry Road, East Mississauga, Airport Road and Derry.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues:
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance. We will talk about On Point. So do join us.
And we're back. During the commercial break, we were singing that song by Justin Bieber, 10,000 Hours. Who's he with? Dan and Shay, I think. It's like a country song, but he's featured. Anyway, Doesn't matter. Well, we left off. We were talking about training, role playing, and how you service your own realtors. And you know what? It's true. And when people hear the word role play and scripts, it has such a salesy connotation to it when you say it. But the important thing about it is really once you understand the scripts and you're sharp, it only helps your clients, right, and yourself, because you avoid some of these mistakes of negative communication or lack of communication, and sometimes you forget things. If you're in a listing presentation or you're in negotiations, it's difficult because you've got a lot riding. You've got your own deals, you've got your sellers, and it can be stressful. And you want to make sure that you're sharp, so you cross all your T's and dot the I's, right? But anyways, we're going to talk about how Fred and his team services his clients, because I want you guys to take away some value from this episode, and that's what these podcasts are all about. We want you to learn something. So, Fred, your team is very successful in the Milton area, and there's a reason for that. It's how you service your clients. So talk to us, fill in the other team leaders or people aspiring to be a team leader, or just those realtors out there who are looking to take things to the next level.
Forget about yourself, whether it's for 5 minutes a day, a month. This is all about the client. And I know that sounds cliche, but it is. And if that's actually your mindset, the clients will notice that. And they will trust you the moment you walk in that door. If it's not about them, by default, it's about you. It's about your GCI, your whatever, and that is not the whole point of all of this. I always tell my clients, I don't care whether it's a $200,000, well, there's nothing for 200 grand anymore, but if it's that or if it's a $2 million place, I have my goals set for the year, and if I'm meeting or exceeding my goals for the team, then I'm happy. So I don't need to make the same amount of money on every single deal, and that's the same with leases too. Leases are a real pain, honestly, but forget about us. That client needs a home.
Of course.
And if you find them that home, they're going to be ecstatic. And if at the end of the day you're making $800 minus your fees on it, you can't think of it like that.
I agree.
It's your income over the year. Are you meeting and exceeding those goals? Put your best self forward for that client throughout the whole year. And that'll get you there. And they will really appreciate it.
And you know what? It's happened numerous times where those tenants actually turn into buyers.
That can happen too.
It
doesn't have to, but it's great.
Doesn't have to, right? But I think that whole thing, karma, it's a real thing, and it affects people's business in a negative and positive way. So I think just going in it with your best intentions and your clients, their needs first, absolutely. So and you've got the mindset down, but what are some of the actual ways that you service your clients? You guys provide staging like we talked about?
Since day one, I've staged every house that I've listed.
So who comes in and does the consultation or does the whole evaluating of the property's home?
That's the best part of it. So so many realtors will offer a free staging consultation, which is great, but our staging consultation happens right away, and it's us doing it.
Good.
Like Gabriella said earlier, she loves design. She's into it. I've learned a lot from her on that, and you're laughing.
It's true. I've learned a lot from you too.
Okay, good. It works both ways.
Because he's got his, he's pretty good actually, honestly. He's pretty good.
Got a good design eye,
Good.
So we go through and we're honest. We're not afraid to be honest with the clients. If something doesn't look good or if something smells bad, we tell them. And if it's even just as a listing presentation, we'll say, some agents won't tell you, but this is going to hurt your sale. So let's fix it, and here's how we do that. So based on the staging that we do ourselves, the consultation and the staging we do ourselves. We have our own inventory stored in a bunch of lockers. 3 lockers full, We're looking for bigger space for ourselves right now. But it works out well, and people love that we're actually getting our hands dirty. It's not just us showing up and signing papers or whatever. It's us actually going there doing the hard work too.
Screwing in light bulbs. What was that story from last time?
Oh yeah, Mike was on like a 12-foot ladder, screwing in some light bulbs, and a lot of people were liking that because it's the first time they saw a realtor up on a ladder doing something. So simple. Just do
because
it.
You're not just investing your money into these clients' homes. You're actually investing your time, your physical labor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, a lot of people might say that our time should be better spent in those hours instead of staging, going out and selling more.
Yeah.
But since we're
That
at a
is-
level, that's a common theme. We're at a level that we're happy with. So why not impress the clients and have them come home after work and see us there, actually sweating and making a difference on their listing? It shows that we're invested as much as they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
For sure.
And you also do some charity work too.
Yeah, you want
Right.
to talk a bit about that?
Yes, we like to organize food drives. So we did a Thanksgiving food drive, which was quite successful. And now we're running a Christmas food drive as well. We donate to the Mississauga Food Bank and the Salvation Army in Milton. So yeah, it's really it's just a great cause. We send it out on Facebook, on
Yep.
Instagram. We try advertising it as much as possible. We actually teamed up with Mass Shop in Toronto this year to help us collect the Toronto end. So she's out there,
Yep.
she's collecting, which is fantastic. So we've got Milton, Mississauga covered.
Yeah, and we've done other Christmas things in the
We've
past.
done other Christmas things.
Donate to local charities, and
Yeah.
just part of the gifts we give out, a donation is part of that.
Right.
Halton Women's Place, and
Yep.
just so many organizations that could use that little bit of extra help. And
Yeah.
again, it's not a money thing; it could be a time thing.
Yep.
So wherever
Yeah.
you can give,
Yep.
yeah, for sure.
That's great. I mean, getting involved in the community that you're serving is just so important.
Yeah.
Because you're part of the community. You're moving people in, you're moving people out, you're shuffling them, and I find, your community gives so much to you, right? There's a reason why people want to move there,
Yeah.
right? So it's only fair to help give back,
Give
right?
back.
And even participating too.
Of course.
You play hockey every day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
play hockey every day, Monday to Friday, except for today because I got a ton of showings. This winter market is crazy. Everybody talks about fall and spring, but just before Christmas is crazy times. But anyways, yeah, it's those small things. Even though I'm having fun and I enjoy hockey, it's people see you out there.
Yeah.
I'm a huge recruiter, so I bring people into the league all the time. So it's great, and you get to meet people. But in terms of a charity aspect, when you're actually donating your time, your energy, and your money, every little bit helps.
Yeah,
And they can appreciate it. So do you have your personal three secrets to building happy client base?
Personal 3 secrets. Where did it begin?
What are those three?
What are those secrets? Number 1? You forget them already?
Did you?
I'm putting you on the spot. I sent them to you this morning.
I might have. Did you?
Learn is number 3.
Yeah?
That's number 1.
Learn is number 3.
You read it. Prepare.
Prepare.
Okay.
Prepare.
Did I put you on the spot?
You did.
Yeah.
That's
well,
okay.
You gotta prepare.
If you fail
It
to
was
prepare, you
PPL.
prepare
I
to
know
fail.
It's PPL.
We didn't prepare
Yeah.
for today.
PPL.
It's
PPL,
P-
right? PPL.
Okay, what's number 2?
So it's the second P.
Prepare. I'll let you think of the second P while I talk about the first one.
That was
Sure.
the first one.
So no matter whether it's a buyer client or a seller client or someone you've known for a long time,
Yeah.
you've got to prepare for every single meeting with them. Yeah, these guys were happy. Every showing, when you go, you need to know, obviously, what the area market is like,
Of course.
but also what that house up the street sold for that has a sold sign
Yeah.
that you're driving past with your clients. You have to know about that house. You're not just showing up with them and looking at the printout.
Yeah.
You have to know because they are looking to you as the expert. And if you're not that expert, then you're of no value.
Yeah. So the best way to do that is just to kind of go over all the numbers again, tour the house if you can, just kind of
Yeah.
before you meet
Yeah.
up with your clients.
If you have 2 hours of showings, that doesn't mean you have 2 hours of work. That probably means you have 3 or 4.
3, yeah.
And if you treat it like that ahead of time, then you know. And as well with a listing presentation, obviously we all prepare before we go, but really, really get to know the
Yeah.
parts that you don't. Take a look on Geo Warehouse and find out information about the house that you might not know. We'll know the model of a house before we go in it.
Yeah.
And just by preparing, we're already impressing them the moment we walk in the door.
Yeah.
You really have to spend that time. Don't just show up.
Listen.
Very good.
So it's PLL?
PLL.
Yes.
It was
Go
not
ahead.
PPL.
Go ahead.
L. Listen, I mean, when you're going into a listing presentation, we have the tendency to talk and sell, and at some point you need to just sit back and listen to what they're telling you, listen to their story, listen to their situation, their needs, their wants. Maybe ask them questions about, have you done this before? Have you sold a property before? What did you like? What did you not like? Etc. So really, really listen to the potential client and kind of, scale it back with what we do a little bit. So let them shine a little bit.
There was a listing presentation we had a few months ago where, for some reason, that particular client's pain point was dirty windows. They were so embarrassed that they didn't have a chance to have their windows cleaned in the 10 years that they were there. And that's not a big deal because they weren't dirty, but to them it was. And just by listening to that conversation, we just threw it in there as part of our staging. We're going to have a window cleaning company come in here.
Perfect.
And it didn't impact the sale at all, but it made the world of difference to them.
Yeah.
Because we have a staging budget for every house. If we throw a couple $100 to a service we don't normally offer,
okay.
we're just listening, and that is so important. That's a need they have. Let's take care of it for them.
Okay, great, great. We got to take a quick break, but we talked about the P,
And the
talked
first
about the L,
L.
and when we come back, we're going to talk about the third secret to building happier clients.
Sounds good.
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
Okay, we're back with Gabriella and Fred from FredHelps. We were talking about the 3 secrets to happier clients. Yeah, PLL, not PPL. People.
That's
short
live
form.
TV.
Yeah. But the first one, right? Prepare. The second one, listen. See, I was listening. And the third L, which is learn. We talked a little bit about it, but please expand.
You cannot stop learning. As a realtor, you simply have to keep improving your skill set. And we'll have the tendency to do really well, grow our business, and get to a plateau that maybe we didn't think, and then we'll stay there. And we'll think everything is good. And we'll keep servicing the clients in the same way. But while you're doing that, all these other people out there are learning all these new things, new tools and everything. We really have to stay on top of the game. Yes, with tools and technology, but also just with management style and how to grow your business. And we talked earlier about the summit and a few other training things. You just stay on top of it. And even if it's not formal learning, go on YouTube and watch a video on how someone else is doing something, and it'll give you an idea. I was blown away by the traction that one of your posts got a while back, where you were offering, you've talked about this before, where you were offering to work with people's headshots.
Yeah.
And you were using, was it Canva?
Yeah, a mix of Canva and Photoshop,
And you got hundreds of requests from people, and that was amazing how you went through all that and helped them all out. But that was a task that you took the time to learn, that all those people didn't know about, and then after you explained what tool you used, I'm sure a lot of other people are doing similar things now.
Well, yeah, so I was actually ran 2 different live screen share webinars in the Real Estate Hacks group to show people how to use their headshot once I had already cut them out. And that was a learning experience as well, because now at first it wasn't with the intention of building a good referral business. It was just the sense, hey, you know what? I'm going to help all these people. Every day when I log into Real Estate Hacks, we have a whole bunch of amazing tips and suggestions, and you learn so much, and that was just my way of giving back. But once I knew that there was a larger need than what I thought I was providing, I learned that, okay, well, now I got to learn more to help these realtors and help them learn. So it's all about, and you're absolutely right. So once we get that taste of success, we think that we've got it all figured out. And then out of nowhere, business starts declining again. You're like, what's going on? I thought I had it all figured out. But you know what? The world we live in, things are changing every day, and they're changing rapidly. And it's important not to stay stagnant. It's important not to feel complacent. I think that's the one of the biggest words for me is being complacent.
Yeah.
And you've always got to keep going, and you always got to keep growing. Sorry, cut you off. But
no, that's it. Do you want to talk about something that you want to learn that you haven't yet? We always have these conversations about what's up next, what's going on, what can we do?
Especially keeping up with trends in terms of staging.
Yeah.
Like you'll see like a lot of new construction where you're like, dude, that whole style was a couple of years ago. And
then it's back to Bouclair and EQ3 for us with shopping carts.
We have
some fun with it. But you got to learn that stuff too.
Because it's not cheap, right?
No.
To get your own gear and your own equipment.
No,
so.
Absolutely.
You have to constantly go on shopping trips, homesteads.
Which is another fun thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
another fun thing.
There, learn and fun at the same time. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, how do we pull that
And you
off?
get to go shopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we've got the 3 secrets. Okay, hold on. Prepare, listen, and learn.
You got it.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so we're we've got about 5-6 minutes left for the show, and again, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Let me know. We want to plug you guys, right? So where can people in the Milton area? Where can they find you? Where's your next event? What are you doing? Your Christmas, or was that already?
No, Christmas deliveries are starting in 2 weeks. So all the clients out there, if anyone's watching, look on your doorstep. You know what to look for. We have a signature delivery that we do.
Yeah.
It's a little different every year, but the same kind of look. So that's coming
that's
up.
cool.
Yeah, and like you said, your food drive is coming.
Food drive, yeah. If anyone here would like to donate, please get in touch with us. You can go on our Instagram pages.
Yep.
FredHelps right there. You could DM. Let us know. We will pick up in Milton, Mississauga, and we've got pickup covered in Toronto as well. So anything really, really, really does help. So we are encouraging everybody to please donate, make a difference for families this holiday season.
We're going to be working on a couple of videos in the next 2 weeks or so to try to merge the charity work with plugging a couple of our achievements from this year.
Yep.
I'm super proud of the guys. We just won Milton's favorite real estate office.
Nice.
For the second year in a row, so we beat out all the big brands, and that feels kind of nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good
and
feedback.
favorite staging, we were up there
Favorite
too.
staging, favorite realtor.
Yeah, so we're really proud of those. We're Bomber approved now, which we added
Yes,
recently, which
nice.
is good. So we're going to try to bring those achievements together with the charity aspect to say, hey, we're here, we're going to stay here, we're going to keep growing, we'll support you, you support us in our causes, and see if we can spread that, I guess, Christmas joy as much as we can.
Okay, and you guys have an actual, like a team headquarters, right? Is that kind of where they would drop off some of the donations?
We just closed our office that was at the corner of Derry and Thompson because we're working on a new place to move into with more space for us.
Oh, great.
So right now we have a construction zone, so we have nothing, but we are based out of the iPro office in the Milton Mall temporarily.
Okay.
So nowhere for the drop-offs
No,
yet.
but we
that
are
will
going
all
to pick
be-
up.
yeah,
We're going to
doing
make
that.
it really, really easy for people. We will pick up. So don't be shy. Get in touch with us, and we will come to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then what about online? Where can we find you online?
Facebook.com/FredHelps, Instagram.com/FredHelps, and we are pushing Gabriella's pages a bit more. So what are yours?
I am at G Fazzolari Real Estate, which is on Instagram, and it's the same thing for Facebook. It's I believe the short link is at G Fazzolari Real Estate as well.
Nice. Yeah. See, and that's another thing too. I mean, you're allowing your realtors to create their own brands within your brand, right?
Yeah,
That,
want to
that's
promote
amazing.
their growth. Although she's been here 7 years, I don't want to see her forever, right? At some point, we're going to go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't be leaving with kind of an empty basket.
Of course.
Right?
Well, I think
For sure.
that's huge. If you have a realtor that's been with you, a year, 2, 3, 7, once they leave and they start their own thing, I think that's the most flattering aspect, right?
And-
They've learned so much from you that they could go out on their own and spread their wings. So that's cool. Hopefully it
Absolutely.
doesn't happen too soon because I love the dynamics
Yeah,
between you guys.
We got some time.
And you know what? You obviously, your clients obviously love you, right? So I love to see that. So thank you guys very much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it. We have provided the majority of those links, I'm pretty sure, in the post description. So if you want to donate or you want to reach out, if you found some value in this episode and you want to send them a thank you or you have more questions, you can do that just by clicking any of the links in the description. So thank you very much, guys. We are going to end it here. Gabriella and Fred, thank you so much for coming on the show again. We really appreciate it. And guys, this video is automatically going to be uploaded as soon as the show ends to YouTube. So go to YouTube, MyTCN, at MyTCN on YouTube. Share, like, subscribe, hit the notification buttons. I know Facebook has changed how they distribute the show, so we really want you to stay engaged and updated when we first go live, because we love it when you're engaging with us on the social media platform. So thank you very much, guys. Bye.